on, everybody? This is Dr. Jon Clayton from Chiropractic, your Layton chiropractor here in Utah. I want to talk today about low back pain and why that is pretty much the most common thing that we see as chiropractors. A lot of people will have maybe a strain or a sprain or a part of their back that goes out, which is the most common is these little facet joints. So in here, they'll kind of compress, boom, right on those nerves. And so that's when you get that, my back went out feeling, and it just drops you to the ground. You're toast after that point. So, pretty much, if you just wake up and you have it happen to you, there's probably some bad biomechanics or poor biomechanics going into it. But let's say there's an event that happened that caused this. So the most common thing is usually weightlifting, and it's weightlifting with bad form, or just weightlifting with too much weight that you should, not be using. And so, with that, I encourage, fix your form. If you want to see videos on form, I could make them, but there's amazing videos with form and technique and everything on YouTube. So you can look those up. I can link them in the description if you guys want as well. So, like I said, use the proper weights. When you're in the gym, use the proper weights. Don't try and max out every time. So the big thing is, you're not going to be the biggest guy in the gym or the biggest girl in the gym or the most muscular person in the gym if you're using improper form, because you're going to get hurt, you're going to have problems, and then you got to come and see me, and then as a result you won't be able to lift that heavy anymore. So just don't start with it, don't overdo it. Just be smart about how you're using the weights in the gym and how you're, what form you're using as well when you're doing those exercises. So another thing is, people will ask, what do I do if my back goes out? Because you want to lay down, you want to just get yourself out of pain. Maybe it's on a weekend and you can't go see a chiropractor. So what I recommend is, if your back goes out and has that feeling where it seizes up like that, is I recommend that just walk 10-15 minutes, because what you need to do is get that part of your back to kind of relax, so that the muscles relax, calm down. And if you lay down, it just makes them seize up more, and it ends up hurting you in the end. Even though it feels good and it helps get you out of pain, sometimes you need to put yourself in a little bit of more pain to get yourself out of pain faster. So like I said, if you're gonna have your back go out, walk it out for a little bit, 10-15 minutes. Really see, you're gonna look funny because you're gonna be hobbling around, but that will help in the end, especially during the time before you can see a chiropractor, or if you need to make an appointment and see a chiropractor, you can just continue to walk until that point. Okay, so the sooner that you see a chiropractor, the better, for especially a low back problem, because the longer you wait, more problems can arise. And so, with that being said, is you have all these muscles that surround those joints, and I could stand up for you and point them out for you, but that's why we have these posters here. So if you have an injury in this low back area, there's a lot of muscles that hook into those areas, okay? And so, the biggest one that's in that area is called the quadratus lumborum, or the QL, okay? So you're gonna feel that that's really tight. Put ice on it. Do what you need to do to get yourself out of pain, but just know that those muscles are gonna continue to be tight until we get those bones in the right spot. Whether it's these vertebrae in here, or the hip joints, the sacroiliac joints, or even like the sacrum, which is in the middle of this SI joints there. So what I do for those is I don't have to put you in a pretzel position to adjust you. I can adjust you if you're laying face down. If you're in that much pain, I don't want to twist you or cause any more pain. So I adjust according to what your body needs and what you're able to do as far as flexibility goes, given when you're in that much pain. Okay, so we'd adjust those areas, but then I'd also check and see what is causing this. For me personally, I used to have my low back go out all the time, and it was because my legs were different levels or different lengths, and it was actually caused from a bone being out of place, or fancy word, subluxation in my neck. And so one of my buddies, who's a chiropractor, he fixed it for me, and that actually helped stabilize my back. And so I want to see what's causing the problem, what's the root of the problem. So we look at everything, but we want to establish what the foundation is. Okay, so we look at your feet, look at your knees, seeing if everything's going up the way it should be from that ground up, and then we'd work also from the top down as needed. Okay, so let me know what other questions you have about low back pain, low back problems, or any kind of chiropractic questions you may have. Leave them in the comments, and so I can answer them. Remember, always be positive, get adjusted, and then great health will follow as a result. Again, my name is Dr. Jon Clayton, your Layton chiropractor.